everybody. I'm Ryan. I'm with Young Entertainment Mag, and I'm super excited to talk to you about the upcoming season of High School Musical, the musical, the series. My first question is for Frankie. So, since this is the season where we're going to be seeing all the characters graduate, we're really sad to see the end of their high school journey, but really excited to see where they end up. How much did you and the cast collaborate with Tim and the writers about where the characters' series end would be?
Ooh, I have full faith and trust in Tim Federle that he knows where these characters are supposed to go. And I think he also is just very good at like taking parts of us and our essence. And that's kind of why everything works so well, is that it's almost like a high school version of ourselves is what we're playing. Yeah, I had complete faith and trust. And when I read that last script and found where Carlos was going, I was like, this is perfect.
Yeah.
That's awesome. My next question is for Dara. So a lot of our Twitter followers, they really resonated with last season with the anxiety storyline that your character was going through. So what was it like bringing that to the screen? Were there any challenges? And what's it like knowing that you have so many young viewers that are looking up to you as a role model and really seeing themselves in your character?
Wow. I'm beyond grateful to be a role model for so many, and playing such a character that's so dear to me, and I've faced with so many struggles that I now share with Kourtney. It was a very, very interesting experience because at first I was so nervous. I was like, it has to be right, it has to be perfect, it has to be, such a great representation. But then I was like, you know what? Let me just put in my daily experiences and tell the truth. And Tim really, really put my feelings and my emotions into words. And I'm so, so, so grateful that I was able to portray not only myself, but an image to so, so many young people that are dealing with what I experience every day. And knowing that it's okay to not have a perfect day, and it's okay to mess up, and knowing that you are your own person, only you can be you all of the time. So you might as well be you, because nobody else can do it like you.
Hey, there you go.
So yeah, I'm really grateful that I was able to portray myself, basically.
That's so beautiful. And that's a message that I think so many storylines on the show really come down to, is all about being yourself. So speaking of that, my next question is for our Tony nominee right here, Miss Julia.
Hey.
So last season, your storyline with Ashlyn was I think a lot of people really they were found it really interesting, and a lot of people really resonated with it, where she had this kind of awakening and found out things about herself that she didn't know before. And it was really interesting to see it played out in the show, because I don't really think we've seen it played out quite in this way or quite at that stage in people's journey. So it's really fascinating to watch. And like I said, I think a lot of the viewers really resonated with it. So what was it like playing out that storyline? What do you hope that people take away from your character arc?
Oh, um, it's just really special that this generation gets to see this sort of like accurately represented queer awakening on screen, something that I definitely would have benefited from growing up. So to be that voice for this generation is so special. And just the fact that we get to portray a queer storyline in such a positive and beautiful light. And it's not someone earlier had put it that it has been done very delicately, which I think is a really wonderful word to describe the journey for not only Ashlyn, but Carlos and Maddox and all the queer characters that are in our show, which is basically as it should be. So it's just very special that there's no heaviness or denial or sense of not wanting to be your authentic self, and we're uplifted and celebrated and championed and given the platform to be exactly who we are. So that's been the most rewarding part of that storyline for Ashlyn and for myself.
Awesome. Now for my final question, since this is where the characters, they're graduating, so we're sad to see them go, but really excited to see where they end up. I wanted to ask each of you, we'll start with Dara and then go to Frankie and then go to Julia. Where do you see your characters ending up 5 years after graduation?
For Kourtney, I would prefer her to be a billionaire. I feel like, she could help a lot of people with that type of money and not be.
Well, we would all prefer the characters to become billionaires, of course. Yes.
Exactly. And I feel like she would get it from being an influencer. She would move to LA and be like, I got to help my Beyoncés and my Rihannas and my Alicia Keys and make sure even though their social media is popping already, but she still want to be in the circle. You know what I mean? In the circle. And also get free Renaissance tickets, because why not? So Kourtney is, rocking the social media and rocking that platform that she has in East High and got from the Frozen documentary.
Mm-hmm. I love it.
I feel like 5 years from now, Carlos will be standing in an open call for Wicked, or like some like crazy new musical or something. Or maybe it's like High School Musical is actually going to Broadway, and
that would be perfect.
Yeah, he's in that open call. Yeah, I think somewhere there.
Cool. I think Ashlyn is like a true diehard like musical theater girly at her core. Sorry, I said girly, but it's true. I think that she like fully has followed her dreams and is like going to musical theater school and moving to New York and making big strides to just be a performer full time. And if not, she's I don't know. Maybe she's like fallen in love with teaching from watching Miss Jen like nurture so many young theater kids. So maybe trying to be Miss Jen, which also feels very accurate to Ashlyn. So yeah, something like that.
I love it. Well, congratulations on the great run of the series, and we can't wait to see how this all unfolds on this upcoming season for all your characters.
Thank you.
Thank you. You all look fabulous, by the way.
Thank you, Ryan.
Oh.